Welcome back. Today we're going to hit page 5 of Tradition of Excellence for alto saxophone. So we're gonna work on a couple new notes and some different exercises, but let's take a look at number 1 here. There's some reminders and stuff on the top there. Read through that for sure, but we won't hit that every time. That's a lot of the stuff we've done or the stuff that we're going to cover. So number 1, woodwinds unite. And the woodwinds are a family of instruments that include saxophone, clarinet, and flute. So if you were to play this with your band, that's who would be focusing on this. So here we go. Number 1, we already know our B, but remember it's just that one finger down. Let's play through the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and done. If that one, right next to it, it says, how's your posture? Always a good thing to check. It's great if you have a mirror in your house that you can practice in front of. That's great. And you can play sitting down or standing. I'm doing sitting down now because that's how you'd probably end up doing it if you were playing in band. Generally you sit, but standing up and playing is just fine too. Then you just want to stand with good posture. All right, stepping up. Are you using plenty of air? So make sure you're really pushing. If your sound sounds like, maybe blow a little harder. You don't have to play as loud as you can, although that's fun sometimes too, but make sure you're putting a bunch of air through the saxophone. And we're going to learn our C. So a C, this was the B. We're going to lift up that first finger, and we're just going to put down our middle finger right on this key right here. So if you get it right, that's what it sounds like. Here we go. Let's play number 2 with our newly learned C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4, and done. Cool, so that's a new one. If you have to go through it a couple times, go ahead and do that. Let's do number 3. So that's going to have us going between a B and a C. Number 3, 1, 2, one tip too. Kind of just practice like that because you want to have it lift and go straight between. Good, how I go. See how smooth you can get that to happen, because it can be tricky if you're not used to it, but you just want your fingers to roll between the two. Here we go. Number 3. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and done. Great. So that transition, if you need to do this a few times, this gives you rest between, so it kind of lets you off easy now. But do try to do that rock between them. You know, if you can really get a nice smooth, that'll make things a lot easier later on for you. Okay, and now the last note that we're going to learn on this page is D. So one note up, one whole step up from C. Now this one we're going to add a lot of fingers, so this one might take a little while. But we're going to add our pointer finger, our middle finger, and our ring finger on the left hand, and all 3 of those on the right hand too. And then a key that we haven't talked about yet, which is the one here, the octave key. That is what your thumb goes on, right next to what your thumb goes on. So I'm resting my thumb still on this button, but then I use the tip of my thumb. I just kind of rock it on there. I don't want to like lift up and do it like that. Have your thumb so that the tip of your thumb is kind of touching it already. And then when you go to the D, you just rock onto it. And kind of same thing, but even more so from B to C. From C to D, you move from having one finger down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and your thumb. So it's good to get used to making that transition smoothly. Again, it's not going to have you do that quite yet, but to be able to will be really important going down the road here. So here we go. Number 4. If you get it right, it's going to have have this sound. Here we go. Up we go. Number 4. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and done. All right. One more on this page, all together now. Now this is going to go between the C and the D, but it will give you a rest in the middle. So if you need to take your time to make sure you're doing it right, one thing I'd say for any of these, if you ever need to slow down to get it perfect, it's much better to play it slower and perfect than to play it fast with mistakes. Because if you play with a lot of mistakes, your brain still absorbs that and you still learn the mistakes, and it's going to be really hard to learn it right later. So it's better to just get it right the first time, and then you'll have less bad habits to worry about later. We all will have bad habits, but the less the better, because it just makes things more easy and more fun. All right, here we go. All together now. We'll go between D and then C. And, oh, there's a B in there too. Ooh. Here we go. Remember, B is your pointer finger. So this is going to go through all 3 notes that we worked out on this page. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4, done. All right, so a lot of information on this page. Definitely feel free to watch this a couple times, play through those exercises, and get as comfortable as you can on it. These are all new notes, and this is where you're just getting all the basics so that we can really start playing some music. If you have any questions, as always, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to help with any of that kind of stuff. But in our next video, we're going to move on to page 6. Thanks. We'll see you soon.